Champion versus champion. Saturday, July 7th, 2018, UFC 226. The current reigning and defending UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier moves up to heavyweight to face current undisputed heavyweight champion of the Ultimate Fighting, Stipe Miocic. Both these men are winners. Before they step into the octagon, they will also be coaches on UFC's Ultimate Fighter 27. Daniel Cormier debuted in 2009. He went undefeated in his first 15 fights. 13 of those were at heavyweight. Stipe Miocic is considered by many perhaps the greatest heavyweight in UFC history, stopping guys like Mark Hunt, Andre Arlovski, Fabricio Verdum, Alistair Overeem, Junior Dos Santos, and most recently won a unanimous decision against the favored fighter Francis Ngannou. Daniel Cormier is a former Division I wrestler, one of the greatest wrestlers to step into the octagon. In addition to his wrestling, he is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he has almost perfected his craft in kickboxing and Muay Thai. It seems that every time Cormier is the underdog in fights, he has proven all his critics wrong. Well, when his opponents are clean, he proves the naysayers wrong. Getting submission wins over Dan Henderson, Anthony Rumble Johnson twice, a split decision win over Alexander Gustafsson, and recently stopping the favored Volkan Ozdemir in 2 rounds. The only negative going into this fight with Stipe Miocic is that Cormier has not fought at heavyweight since 2013. Stipe Miocic is 6'4", 35 years old, and every fight seems to be the underdog, even though he's the most winningest UFC heavyweight champion of all time. There's nothing fancy or flashy about Stipe. He has proven to be extremely tough, taking shots from guys like Francis Ngannou, standing there shaking it off, slipping out, shifting during exchanges, and confusing his opponents. He is the hardest hitting heavyweight, in my opinion, whose power hasn't been measured by a machine. You don't have KO wins over granite chin guys like Mark Hunt and Junior Dos Santos if you were soft-fisted. He's the most well-rounded heavyweight you'll ever see. Stipe Miocic, in my opinion, is a very strategic fighter in the octagon. It goes over a lot of fans' heads who see his fights because they don't understand the traps he sets for fighters to fall into. He might stand in front of them once in a while, but if you really look at his bouts, he has a plan A, B, and C before his opponent knows what to do. UFC 226 Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic is being sold as a super fight, and because it will be, this is a very tough fight to call. But I believe Miocic, who has stayed at heavyweight and has been fighting these larger men, taking their shots and outclassing them, will be too powerful. Stipe is 6'4", Cormier is 5'11". Stipe also has an 8-inch reach advantage over Daniel Cormier. Height and reach is a huge advantage. I keep saying it in these videos. It's a huge advantage in any bout. Cormier's best bet obviously is to wrestle him down and stay on the floor, but Stipe Miocic is so good at blocking those takedowns. Is so good at avoiding and blocking takedowns. He himself was also an NCAA Division I wrestler. I believe the outcome of this UFC heavyweight bout will be a 4th referee stoppage victory for Stipe Miocic, who will further cement himself as the most underappreciated and most skillful UFC heavyweight of all time.